Okay. You know, you'd think the team winning the toss would have a big advantage. Look at the left-hand column. Dead even during the regular season in the history of the NFL in terms of overtime games. On the right, the team losing the toss has won 7 of the 12 postseason overtime games.
I would have never believed that.
No, neither would I.
Oh, I would have.
This game has not had a turnover. Anderson kicks off. It is taken at the 5-yard line by Danon Hughes. And the Iowa Hawkeye rookie brings it back to the 25-yard line. A win, and the Chiefs go to Houston next Sunday. If the Steelers win, they go to Buffalo next Saturday. 24-24 in overtime. First and 10, Kansas City at the 25-yard line. Willie Davis is the man in motion. And the handoff to Allen, and he goes next to nowhere. Stops at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Greg Lloyd, number 95, is doing a wonderful job of anticipating Montana's snap count. This guy is moving exactly with the football, if not a shade before it. Watch the start that Lloyd gets. There he goes. He's in motion, but he's not across the football. Joe has got to change up his snap count a little bit. Lloyd's been doing this most of the second half.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line. Brown came in on the blitz. Allen takes the pass. Marcus out to the 30. Joe went down. Slow and rising. Chad Brown knocking him down.
Remember, I think earlier we were talking about Montana when he finally got the gloves off. He was 3 for 10. He is now 23 of 38. Over 220 yards, 1 touchdown, no INTs.
I'm not so sure that Marcus Allen wasn't supposed to block Chad Brown, and when he found himself too far to the outside, went ahead and released. I wouldn't be putting this guy in a position where there are too many unaccounted for guys coming in and hitting him.
Gain of 5, 3rd and 5 from the 30-yard line. Montana stepping up, has to get to the 35 for a first down, and appears to be stopped a little short by Kevin Green.
Ooh.
Boy, and he got held up by Green. Green's making the tackle, and Joe takes a pretty good shot. It's one of those where Joe was trying to escape, trying to get down. He's being held up behind, from behind by Green.
I think he thought he could slide for the first down. He didn't know Green was there.
But right there, he's really vulnerable, and he takes a good pop there from Brian Hinkle.
It is 4th and inches, and thus Barker has to kick. Rod Woodson back to receive, standing at his own 20-yard line.
One of the great returnmen in the league.
46-yard kick. Woodson from the 19-yard line. Tripped up at the 26-yard line. Keith Cash making the tackle. So 2 minutes and 14 seconds into overtime. The Steelers have the ball. ABC's Wild Card Playoff game is being brought to you by New Wavy Lays. They're not your ordinary ridged chip. They're Lays. There is a flag down on the far side of the 23-yard line on the return. We'll get the call in a moment from Gary Lane.
On the play, the block was in the side, first down.
Somebody thought that there was a block in the back, and he was overruled by committee. Benny Thompson, the special teams maven of the Chiefs, trying to lobby the Chiefs' case to no avail. 2 dozen apiece in overtime.
At the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. O'Donnell, who's thrown 3 touchdown passes today, retreating, sets up the screen to Thompson, but he can't go anywhere. He is tackled at the 24 by Tracy Rogers.
There have been an awful lot of screens run today by the Pittsburgh Steelers, more than I've seen them run in a long, long time. And Kansas City, I think, is gotten to the point where they've seen them with enough regularity that they're all over it.
Well, they did a lot of this when Barry Foster was healthy, and for all the right reasons. They got away from it a little bit, and they used a lot of 2 setbacks with Hodge and Thompson. They've come back to it today primarily because of Smith and Thomas and their strong pass rush, I'm sure.
Second and 12 at the 24-yard line. Thompson. He takes it to the 31. Third and 6 upcoming.
Well, Kansas City is thinking Eric Green, and Eric Green in that order.
And they might get Merle Hodge.
Yep.
Merle Hodge.
Yep.
Good coming out of the backfield.
This will, if we see an overcommitment by the Chiefs, somebody else here is going to be open. Maybe exposing Kansas City to the big play.
Third and 6 from the 31-yard line. Green in motion. O'Donnell from the shotgun. O'Donnell to Graham. First down out to the 46-yard line.
I think that what Bill Cowher told us yesterday, if they overcommit on Eric Green, that means we're going to have one-on-one with our wide receivers. And what are we going to run? A lot of crossing patterns, a lot of things underneath. When they needed it, that's exactly what they went to right here.
Same philosophy that you get from the 49er, the West Coast attack. Brent Jones with the 49ers. You cover him with a deep man, you're going to get single coverage on either Rice or Taylor. Same idea.
Kansas City safeties are thinking Eric Green right now.
Here's Thompson. Stopped a little short of the 50 up at the 49-yard line. Gain is 3. It'll be second down and 7.
Boy, in all the raves that we've been giving Joe Montana, Neil O'Donnell has quietly played a superb football game. His offensive line has protected him. He has thrown the ball well.
Well, for a guy with a bad elbow and a bad shoulder who has his practice time limited every week, this guy's just a baby here in the National Football League. He's going to be a fine player for a long time. Here comes the blitz.
On second and 7. They pick it up, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Stone, who had position on Albert Lewis, but O'Donnell was forced to get rid of it in a hurry. Third down.
You don't want to be too harsh on the existing group of Pittsburgh wide receivers, but how desperately do they need a Lynn Swan or a John Stallworth or a Lewis Lips? They need a big-time playmaker on the outside, and I'd have to think that it's going to be a number one priority for this group.
Third and 7. O'Donnell stepping to the side. Green has it deflect off his hands. Fourth down.
Well, O'Donnell flushed from the pocket, had an opportunity. Green was coming open. Hurried it. One that might have been caught, but it would have been a great effort on the part of the big man. Right about this point, O'Donnell's being flushed from the pocket, looking desperately for the receiver. And over the 6'5" outstretched arms of the big man, Eric Green.
Mark Royals into punt. Line of scrimmage is the 50. And it bounces out of bounds between the 20 and 25-yard line. They spot it just outside the 20. And that's where Montana and the Chiefs will take their second possession of overtime. Well, as soon as this one is over, we go to the Silverdome in Pontiac, Green Bay and Detroit in the NFC wild card game. We are 5 minutes and 4 seconds into overtime. Doesn't make any sense to tell you how much time is left in overtime. They just play forever in postseason.
So much on the line. We talked about the season that began way back last summer. One of these teams is going to go home. It's all over for one of these teams this evening. What an emotional drop it is, too, having been there.
First and 10, Kansas City. Fake to Allen. Over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Willie Davis. And a flag is down.
Here we are facing a penalty, but we still haven't had a turnover in this ball game. We're into overtime. We've had a blocked punt.
Holding defense, number 26. 5-yard penalty. First down.
We've had a blocked punt, but we still don't have a turnover. Rod Woodson is the guilty party. He's there working in the slot. And you can see the jersey of Willie Davis pulled all the way over his shoulder pad.
Shoulder pad popped out. That's kind of obvious.
At the 25 now, 1st and 10.
Oh, now there Joe caught Lloyd.
Lloyd coming across the line, and in effect a free play, but they can't cash in as Jonathan Hayes can't make the catch.
Yeah, that's smart work by Montana. He changed it up. He went with the longer snap count, and he caught Greg Lloyd guessing.
I think he might have had a little conversation with Paul Hackett, the offensive coordinator, when he came out last series.
Defense. Number 95.
There it is. Yep.
5-yard penalty. Still
That's the
first
snap
down.
count Montana's been going on with some regularity. You're right. He probably got it from Paul Hackett upstairs or one of the other Kansas City coaches. And that will delay Lloyd's pass rush by half a step.
First and 5 at the 30-yard line. Montana drops it off underneath. This is Marcus Allen, and he picks up 6. And that's a first down. Chad Brown makes the tackle. Kansas City has it at the 36-yard line.
One good old boy, Joe Montana, relying on another good old boy, Marcus Allen. He wanted to go to McNair on a slant from the right side. He looked over there, started to deliver to McNair. He was covered. He knew exactly where Allen would be. Allen did not disappoint him.
First and 10. The line of scrimmage, the 37. 6 minutes into overtime.
Here comes an audible. You can see everybody down there talking to each other.
Montana throws. The catch is made, and Dion Figures bouncing J.J. Burton out of bounds.
He sees Figures way off, Frank, and Joe changes up.
At the 43-yard line. Gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3.
This Figures laying off 10, 12 yards. You can see how much he was giving away. Of course, he replaced D.J. Johnson, who was thrown out of the game. You weren't with us earlier. But you're not going to get away with that with Joe Montana.
Montana on 2nd and 3. Throwing. That's enough for a first. Jonathan Hayes makes the catch up at the 49-yard line.
Surgery.
Dink here and a little short one there, a little out. No jeopardy. High percentage stuff. We've watched it for 15 years. Jonathan Hayes, whose numbers improved remarkably with Joe Montana and offensive coordinator Paul Hackett coming here. His big year was 9 receptions. He had 24 this past season. The other tight end, Keith Cash, had also 24.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line. Davis in motion. McNair just barely across the 50-yard line. Minimal gain. 2nd and 8 upcoming. Chiefs trying to get into Nick Lowry's field goal range, something they thought they had done as regulation ended, but Lowry missing a 43-yarder that would have won it. Will he get another chance?
But justice was served.
Mind you, again, his range, his best 58 yards, and he probably can still reach that.
On 2nd and 8. Pass. And a big money play for Keith Cash as he takes it to the 32-yard line.
This has been a big day for this fellow from Texas. Remember, Keith Cash blocked the punt that set up the Kansas City score that allowed them to tie the game, and now this play in overtime.
He gets a big-time block from Willie Davis, too, Dan, right here. There's
Yes,
Davis.
sir.
18-yard gain. They're within range for Lowry. If they don't get another yard, you're looking at a 49 or 50-yarder.
Don't say 49er with Montana in the game.
Right. Marcus Allen to the 28-yard line, tackled by Levon Kirkland.
Well, well, well.
Dan mentioned it, the longest game in the history of the NFL, Christmas Day 71, Municipal Stadium. Garo Yepremian won it for Miami 27-24.
Ed Podolak was the hero of the day that day for Kansas City.
Hank Stram walking the sideline.
2nd and 6. Allen, nowhere. 28-yard line, 3rd and 6.
Now, this is where the offensive linemen keep their hands to themselves. A holding call here, any sort of an infraction is critical, and Al, I'm setting you up.
Well, you remember it. We all remember it. The game in Miami when the Chiefs were within field goal range, and the holding call on Dave Zott pushed them just out.
Oh, on top of every play.
3rd and 6. At the 28-yard line. There's a flag, and the catch at the 19-yard line. One official looks at the other, and he says yes. J.J. Burton.
Lloyd was offsides again, so that's where we start. And then the completion.
Burton with a terrific effort. We saw him earlier. They gave him a play against Deion Figures, but he made this on his own.
Defense, number 95. Penalties declined. 1st down.
Well,
Greg Lloyd again trying to read Montana.
Montana's crawled inside Greg Lloyd's head, but then he makes this throw. And he gets it in.
That's pretty.
Boy, what a good call by the official right there. What a good call of seeing that the feet were down.
And not a bad throw.
So 1st down at the 18. You're looking at a 35-yard Lowry field goal from this spot if they don't get another yard. 1st and 10. Anders, a yard or so to the 17-yard line, and Marcus Allen about ready to come back into the game. Lowry apparently will get another chance, and very soon.
And at this point, in the huddle, they don't even bother to say you got to hold on to it.
I wouldn't be afraid to let Montana try one into the end zone. Touchdown's a sure thing.
2nd and 9 from the 17-yard line. Allen to the 14-yard line. Now you're looking at a 31 or 32-yard field goal.
And here he comes. They're going to kick it.
On 3rd down, Here comes Lowry again.
Well, it's smart to kick it on 3rd down in case you have a bad snap, you have any sort of a bad hold. You don't get the kick away, but as long as you cover up the ball and retain possession, you get another shot at it on 4th down.
And you'd still be within range.
Yes.
A 32-yard attempt. He's made one from 23, missed one from 43. Danny Villa to snap it, Brian Barker to hold it. And the Chiefs go to Houston.
What a game.
And the teacher beats the student.
What a way to kick off the playoffs. Bill Cowher will be back.
Well, this one ran the emotional gamut on both sides. A dominating first half by Pittsburgh. A 4th down touchdown, Montana to Barnett for Kansas City. A missed Lowry field goal in regulation, and then a made Lowry field goal. 11 minutes and 3 seconds into overtime.
The first step. Al, you said they brought him in to get them through the playoffs. He's taken one big step. Houston will not be easy.
Keith Cash playing a vital role in today's game. And with the salaries the way they are these days, it's appropriate. A guy named Cash could be a big star.
Wavy Lace presents Look Who's Making Waves.
Derek Thomas, this big chief is a real NFL bookworm. Check it out.
Playing in the National Football League allows me to do what I love to do most. Read on long road trips to Miami or Seattle. I like to dive into a classic like War and Peace or a bestseller like The Firm.
Didn't like the movie.
And how many times have I curled up with green eggs and ham? Sam I am. But game day is when I love to tackle my favorite titles like Elway, Aikman, Moon. Those are my favorite titles.
For Green Bay, it's a matter of revenge. For Detroit, there's no place like Dome. Arch rivals collide in Game 2 of our doubleheader next on ABC.
ABC's Wild Card Playoff game has been brought to you by New Wavy Lays. They're not your ordinary rich chip, they're Lays. Teacher and pupil embracing there. Lowry wins it in overtime for Kansas City. Chiefs go to Houston next week as Casey wins it in overtime. Al Michaels, Frank Gifford, Dan Dierdorf, so long from Kansas City. Stay tuned. Coming up next, Green Bay at Detroit.
A promotional fee has been paid to ABC Sports by United Airlines. Come enjoy United's renowned international service, non-stop to London's Heathrow from 6 U.S. cities. Come fly the friendly skies.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.
ABC Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League. The American Broadcasting Company, ABC.